Hi everyone, this is a penetration and expansion test of the Winchester Ranger 380 ACP 95 grain T-Series. Their product number is RA380T. Using the SIM-TEST Media calibrated to ballistic gel specs plus 4 layers of denim. Test gun is the Bersa Thunder 380 Plus. I've got a couple of data points to share with you before we get to the test and evaluation itself. First, on the package, law enforcement ammunition. In my state of residence, Tennessee, it is legal for me to use this ammo. That might not be the case where you live, so you need to confirm that yourself. Also, you can purchase this online as of the date of this video. However, some of those distributors are requesting or requiring that you have law enforcement identification or credentials, so be aware of that. A couple of points about the product itself. It is a low flash propellant. I have not tested this under night conditions, so I cannot vouch for that. Also, the petals, or talons as they refer to them, Winchester, are supposed to be very, very sharp. Now, speaking of talons, quick look back. Now, that's the 380 that we're testing today, but then we have some 9mm loads. These are all Winchester products. Now, this technically is the T-Series. This is the original black talon, 9mm, 147 grains. That has been banned. It's no longer produced. This is the 147 grain SXT, followed by the 127 grain plus P plus SXT. Notice the different bullet construction here. And then you have the 147 grain Winchester white box, which is typically easy to locate. So I wanted to point that out, and that's going to vaporize. That's not supposed to be here. That's going to disappear in just a moment. One other thing I need to mention is when I was chronographing this, I discovered that this is one of the most consistent loads I think I've ever tested. Advertised velocity is 990 feet per second. I'm coming in at a 980 feet per second average, and those shots were as follows: 972, 990, 993, 969, and 978. So quite consistent. But is it going to give us sufficient penetration for 380 and expansion? Pretty good shot placement, and it's in the block. Going to be in the house itself for these final segments, so it's a little bit quieter in here. Here's our point of entry. You can see the denim that's getting in the cavity. We typically see this with the SIM-TEST in 4 layers of denim. You see my corresponding ruler mark at the top of the screen there. This stretch cavity is about 1.25 inches in length, approximately 0.6 in height. You can see we have a pretty well defined path here with some, or what appears to be some really good cutting motion. Those are some pretty deep gaps in there in the media. Continuing on, we're also noticing denim throughout this path. We're at 6-inch mark right there. That's another piece of denim. You can see the bullet coming into view. It didn't really go that far. The leading edge of this, you can see the corresponding ruler mark, but the leading edge here is at 8 inches exactly. So we didn't get a lot of penetration out of this, but it looks like at a glance we had some excellent expansion. And the bullet turned upward, by the way, when it stopped. There is the highest reading measuring around the diameter of the bullet, 0.682. That is incredible. But the average is 0.654, which is still incredible. 95 grain bullet, retained weight is 93.7 grains. Here are the data points that I got out of this test. Yours might vary, and that's perfectly fine. I am not an expert at this. Number 1, these are pluses, consistent velocities. Number 2, high velocities, some of the highest I've seen in a 380 defensive cartridge. Number 3, no denim in the hollow point cavity in this test. Number 4, no jacket separation in this test. And number 5, as you saw, incredible expansion. However, I think that all of those might be negated, and this is just how I think, and that is because of the minimal penetration, only 8 inches. I would certainly expect more of that, or more penetration in any defensive cartridge. I know we're looking at a 380, but this is marked for law enforcement. So it's your call. Thanks again for watching.